If you're serious about becoming faster, I'd like to challenge one assumption that almost every athlete eventually makes. The assumption is this: if you keep getting stronger, you'll naturally keep getting faster. At first glance, that seems completely reasonable. After all, stronger athletes often become faster athletes. And for a while, that's exactly what happens. But here's the interesting part. Eventually, your progress starts slowing down. The stopwatch stops changing. And no matter how hard you continue to train, the gap between your effort and your results keeps getting bigger. Just about every serious athlete, regardless of age or skill level, eventually reaches this point. That's when the questions begin. How can I run faster? How do I improve my speed? What's the best exercise for sprinting? What muscles make you run faster? At first, the answers seem to make perfect sense. Squat more, deadlift more, lift heavier, sprint harder, jump higher, push the sled, train explosively. There's nothing wrong with any of that advice. In fact, every one of those things can help. Now here's something I'd like you to think about. If you've ever searched for ways to get faster, you've probably noticed the same pattern. Almost every road offers the same advice. Build stronger glutes, develop more powerful hamstrings, strengthen your quadriceps, and don't forget your calves. Now let me ask you something. If almost every speed program, every article, every video, and every coach continues leading athletes back to developing those same muscles, how are you supposed to separate from your competition? Because if everyone is following the same blueprint, working just as hard, and developing the same muscles, where does your advantage come from? That's a question every serious athlete should consider. Because maybe the better question isn't, what's the next exercise? Maybe the better question is, what if there's more to becoming faster than just developing those muscles? Now let's take that idea one step further. Every stride has two obvious movements happening at exactly the same time. One leg is pushing against the ground. That's where almost all of your speed training has probably been focused. Squats, deadlifts, plyometrics, sled work, almost everything you've been taught about getting faster is designed to develop the muscles involved in pushing. At that very same moment, the other leg is actively swinging or thrusting forward. But how much of your training has ever focused on developing the muscles responsible for that forward swing or thrust? You already know both movements exist, but have you ever stopped to consider them together? Is that forward swing simply preparing for the next step? Or is it already playing an important role while the push is taking place? Because if one leg is pushing while the other is actively swinging or thrusting forward, then sprinting isn't just about developing the muscles that push. It also becomes important to understand the muscles responsible for that forward swing. And if that's true, another question naturally follows. How do you know whether your swing is contributing the way it should? That's exactly why I created the Speed Training Challenge. If the swing is actively involved while the push is taking place, what happens when you deliberately train it? Can you increase your speed in just 14 days? That's the challenge. Not by replacing squats, deadlifts, or sprinting, but by adding something that may have been missing all along. There's only one way to find out. Take the Speed Training Challenge. I'll meet you there.